Alright, Yonder Wolf for the 1600th time, but here we're having a discussion first about relative major, relative minor. Like, seriously, this does apply to a lot of different things, like chords. You know, like, it's like, okay, I can see how A minor and C, like, are related chords. They have, like, all the same fucking notes in them and stuff like that. Or, you know, I don't know, G and B minor, they're, like, same, but whatever. Mostly all we're saying is we know this thing called pentatonic number 1, and where we use our ring finger here. And probably you've thought A pentatonic when that's A minor pentatonic. So, you know, on the back of the first page I gave you, down at the bottom, you know, we're just talking about this. It's like pentatonic 1, you know, if you want to put your index on the root on the 6th string and play shit, that's going to be for blues, heavy stuff, rock, and stuff in minor keys. A minor, I'm playing this shit with A under my index finger. But then it's also index pinky with, you know, C major pentatonic. So that's just like saying I'm on the sofa, I'm on the couch. But for what that means is, you know, like a pinky orientation, like major chord progression in C. And there's a C major chord progression. Like, yeah, you know, so it's like we're doing this stuff around here. Here's A minor. There's C. Both sounded right. So a couch. So then, by that token, you have a new weapon to use against major key chord changey songs, which is throw your pinky on the desired note and play your normal blues box stuff, and every lick will sound correct. Like, if there was a song in A major instead of A bluesy stuff, you'd go pinky on A and just be playing the exact same stuff that but it would just end up sounding right or whatever. So, or you know, it's like stuff in E. Put your pinky on E instead of your index, and it sounds right. So there you go. And you're probably like, oh yeah, I've done shit there.
I'm definitely connecting with that. Yeah.
Cool. So so like, okay, let's not overthink this. Like, we have a way to answer this index pinky thing right here. I'm saying F sharp minor is A major. Here I'm saying A major is F sharp minor, index, you know, A minor pentatonic, because you might have thought of it as A pentatonic, but that's the name for doing my index is on it. It's called A minor pentatonic, okay. You know, which musicians will sometimes say A blues scale when that's something else, or A pentatonic, which is vague. So yeah, and then you know, that would, all this stuff we're doing here would also work in the song in C major. You know, like, seriously, it's just the same thing over and over again, which is like, put your pinky on. I mean, your stereo instructions right now for your entire world to go A stuff, put my index on A, and play my blues box stuff. So now there's like, it's like some right song in A, put your pinky on A, put the same shit. It works. So yeah, relative major, relative minor. So just kind of, there you go. You have a weapon now to use against major chord progressions, and all the licks that you know are going to sound correct. And you know, it just goes from sounding like the blues to apple pie. So I'm just going to make a note that we started at like 3:40 on your video to talk about the tune. And we new landmarks, B and E, C and F. Don't overthink it. E, C, F, and then we're also, I wrote on the back of the page, I think, or somewhere, where's the 10th fret, where's the 7th fret, just deciding you know that stuff without any reasoning. And yeah, it was just like, you just hadn't had a reason to think about it yet. Cool, so, and then this song's at the 9th fret, which has a dot on it, and that's kind of memorable. 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. So B and E, C and F, same approach. Where's F? Where's B? Where's C? Where's E? Whatever. Just kind of notice which ones you're getting wrong, and just go straight at that. Be like, okay, I'm confusing these two, rather than just hoping you get it right the next time it comes up. Cool. So here's us playing the song. He goes, we're in C sharp minor, or you know, it's a C sharp blues. So even though it's major, it's not like a minor blues. What's going to sound correct is this index on the thing and playing that stuff. because that's just what sounds like a blues scale. It wouldn't sound correct for me to put my pinky on it and be like, so yeah, just like on the back of the page, it was pretty much the only context for using put my pinky on it and play is exactly big, bright, major chordy songs as opposed to blues or a heavy song or whatever. There's no part 2 to that concept forthcoming. Most of the time you're C sharp, whatever, I'm playing stuff here. And we also talked like, there's these notes right out in front of that, pentatonic 2, which I wrote down at the bottom of the page on page 1. It's like C sharp, minor, pentatonic 2, and this works of course in every key. Like if you've done stuff in first position where you were like before, you were doing exactly what we were talking about. He just offers us other opportunity. Anyway, whatever. Non-scale tone, just whatever, he did that, and we kind of talked about how those are notes you can put in a lot of the time and they'll sound okay. He goes. So the last one, he's bending a non-scale tone up to sound like a scale tone. So there's a half step bend. That sounds like one note, not, but so riff 1, and then the next one's sort of on that same structure. He goes, and that was our first pre-bend, where it's just like not really hard. You just have to consciously do. Cool, and then he goes. Which is a great way to end phrasings. Just be like, a lot of the time or something. Cool, so then the whole rest of the bit is literally pentatonic, 2 and pentatonic 1, everything else we're done hitting any other blue notes or outside tones. And just you're going to be mastering this as you go. You're going to be sick at first lick before you try second lick and so on. Cool, so then, and then he goes, he skips up to his pentatonic 2. So there we're expecting exactly those 4 notes, 12, 14, 12, 14, because that's right adjacent to our thing we're doing here. And there's this note too, but he's not going to go to it in this song. So he does an index bend. He goes, which is, like, hurt yourself, no big deal, or, and then he goes, there. Let's see exactly how he articulated that again. Here's us. So it's still just exactly these 4 notes right here. He goes. So there you don't have to worry about that dampen thing, because you're going your index rather than going. So anyway. No big deal. There, I did a bend back by accident. And that's the end of him playing up here. It was like, cool section. And then he goes right back into the number 1 pentatonic box, and that's just. So here we're talking about the pull-off thing, where your index not being there was what's made it not sound, not that you needed to go like that or whatever. It's tune it both. It's all there. And I think you can do, if I didn't literally give this to you last time, is go hammer-ons on the way up your pattern, and then pull-offs on the way down. Just kind of show your hand what you're doing, and just at whatever fret you're most comfortable at. And the pull-offs one is really where it shows your index finger what kind of stuff it's going to be doing. Cool. So anyway, he goes, and then he goes. So pretty easy stuff. That's our most commonly bent note. And there, the 3 fingers. And then he goes. Cool. So when we're bending here, if it's like these two fingers in exactly that juxtaposition. Like I'm going 9, 12, 9, 12, and my middle finger's at the 11th fret, helping me bend. So he goes, and then he pre-bends and pulls off. So just be sure your index is there. You know. Excuse me. And then he bends that note up to be exactly the same note you just played. So that ended with, which is a lot easier on electric than I'm doing it. So, then he goes. So we actually get pretty regular notes. Or rather, there's the end. Same fret twice. And that's what we did. Cool. So there it is. Everything since you went back here was like. Okay. Then he goes like. Or something super easy like that. So hey, what we wanted to recognize is this exact thing we were just playing on here, the 4th string, the 3rd string.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the same as your pentatonic 2, your new info there, and I mean literally. They're in the same notes and they're in the same juxtaposition, so anything you ever learned here, you can go. So that's the other thing you're going to do as an add-on, is you're going to just, it'll be the same exact hand movement, it'll be a little more, but you're going to, all the stuff from like earlier, he was like, you're going to go, just to kind of like, same thing, they both work, this is kind of speaking to how you'll start being able to solo. Cool, so you've finished the song regular. Now just go back and pick up after, right after that where he goes. And then he goes back to the main box. So it'll just be that little section. You'll see me bending down on the 3rd string.
Mm-hmm.
That's an unusual thing I do. If you want to default, it's definitely up. So yeah, like right about 12:30, we are talking about bend exercise, which is this thing. I guess you could make a riff around it, but it doesn't really sound like normal guitar playing. But going like wherever you're most comfortable. And just using your pinky lets you stay there, and it's your whole thing. And
trying to find that pinky note.
Ultimately, you want to be going.
Okay.
So where I spent like 82,000 hours to be able to do that. Right about when my sophomore year in college.